Hello, everyone, and welcome to Book Club, straight from the 323 Bourbon Library, because what is a book without bourbon? Each week, we will discuss a featured book, a featured bourbon, and give you our opinion on both.
All right, so this week we're going to kick things off by talking about The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That is our chosen book for this week. Every week we will bring you a new book that we have already read, maybe needed to go back and do a little bit of a recap for because it might have been a little while.
They sometimes jumble.
Yes, they do. But this week we're actually going to be featuring this Penelope bottle. I love Penelopes. They're very approachable bourbons, and every week, for at least the first couple of episodes, you're going to see us featuring Penelopes in particular because they're just so pretty and the varieties are awesome. So this week we have this one here. I'm going to just share a little bit of details about it. It is the Penelope Bourbon Wheated. It is 90. I probably should have brought my glasses. 93 proof. Wheated 4 grain. So we will definitely post more details about this one. But I think we should probably get started with the sip.
I think so. And yes, Penelope's, I feel like, whether you're new to bourbon or not new to bourbon, it's very approachable. Yeah. And I know there's some, and I get sort of shamed for this, maybe, that as soon as I take a sip, I get nervous that it's going to be too much. Although
too much alcohol or
like
that heat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too much burn.
Yeah.
However, I've come to kind of appreciate that now, but in the beginning journey, it was a little much.
Yeah. All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers. Clink.
I went in for the taste before
It's good.
I smelled it.
It smells good. It tastes good.
It really does.
And I'm going to say that drinks warmer than 93.
I didn't get a whole lot of heat. I got orange right away. That was like what immediately came to me, both in like the smell as I was taking the sip and as I was tasting it. That was the first thing.
Well, and one of these from Penelope is kind of orange featured.
Yes.
Right?
You're
the
talking about
Valencia.
the Valencia.
Yeah.
To be featured on another episode.
Yes, we will get there. Anywho, so Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Yes.
Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Yeah. That's the author.
We've read a couple from her now. Yeah. I really enjoy it. Seven Husbands. I have seen both people who really didn't care for it. I listened to it on audio, and the voices were so good. Yep. It felt like you were listening to a movie from the kitchen. Like you couldn't see what was happening, but it had enough character that it wasn't just one person doing different voices.
Yeah. I really enjoyed listening as well. I cannot for the life of me sit down for hours upon hours reading. So yeah, I definitely listened to the audiobook. I also enjoyed hearing that audio. I feel like it was easier to connect to the character because you got the sense of I guess maybe we should probably do a little bit of a background on what the book is about.
Yes.
So the book is about Evelyn Hugo. Evelyn Hugo, who was an actress in like the 1950s, 60s.
But she came from... Tell me if I am remembering this correctly. She came from kind of a poor upbringing, and she just wanted to make it big. She wanted to get out of her childhood life, see the world, make it big. Like she knew she was going to do something.
Very early on.
Yes.
Yeah. She went through some struggles pretty early on. The book does touch a little bit on her life as a child.
Yeah.
I like that it was just a touch. Really, it did focus on kind of the rest of her life
Yes.
after her first marriage. Each marriage was like a journey for her. It really focused on her life, her story,
Yeah.
and some of the things that she had to do to kind of
Survive.
survive and
Yeah.
ultimately thrive in her life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I did really enjoy the audio. I guess again, her life story was built into each of these marriages, was like a different feature, if I remember correctly, of like, this was this struggle that she was trying to overcome in this marriage, what she learned from each one that kind of made her who she was ultimately.
Well, and sort of where she was as a person in each marriage.
And I'll also mention that the story is told through a reporter.
Yeah.
So just, again, to bring you guys all up to speed.
Yeah.
As she decides kind of later on in her life in this, at the beginning of the book, that she wants to tell her story and really let everyone know who she really was.
Yeah.
And she decides to do that through an autobiography that she hires a reporter to write for her.
Right.
We get to learn a little bit more about this author as well throughout the story, and ultimately kind of learn a little bit about their connection.
Intertwines, yes. Yeah. So good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It really, it's enjoyable listening to her. Like I said, it felt like watching a movie without watching one. Yeah. And there was just enough that would bring a few tears to your eyes. Yeah. That brought this whole, you kind of hated her, you loved her, she was a spitfire. Yeah. You sort of understand like, okay, well, maybe she was that way because she had to be.
Yes.
And especially the time, and actresses at that time.
In Hollywood.
Yes. And she was very, I don't think bullheaded is the right term, but she was very determined.
Yeah.
And wasn't a damsel in distress.
She knew what she wanted.
Yes.
She knew what she had to do to get it. And we may have some thoughts on the way she approached it.
Yeah.
You know, some of her decisions were a little bit questionable from what I remember. But again, she was a woman in Hollywood trying to
in what, the 50s?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely, I always recommend this book. I think it is so good.
Yeah. It's not super complex or complicated, I would say, in like the way the story is told. I feel like it's laid
You don't get
out.
lost.
No.
Right.
The author, I think, laid each marriage out very clearly. You understood what led her to this marriage. You understood where she was in the marriage. And again, what were some of the lessons that she was taking away from each marriage that led her in and out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and in this, you get to know a little bit about the author who is writing her story and how her story sort of compels certain things in the author.
Yeah. I think the author also was learning some lessons about herself along the way.
Yes. Yes.
Just kind of learning from how EVELYN approached her life. And and reflecting on how she was currently approaching her life and her career, her failing marriage as well. I think she was kind of learning, okay, how am I supposed to navigate the situation that I'm in, learning through EVELYN's experience.
Yeah. Well, and EVELYN as a seasoned woman, when she's telling her story, I think gives the author in her life a little more gumption. Right? She's a little timid. Does she belong here? Is she in the right spot? And this interaction with EVELYN as EVELYN's telling her story is almost empowering for her to make some decisions in her own life. Yes. Which I think is really interesting how things end up playing out.
I feel like maybe, I don't know if this is a little bit of a spoiler, but alert just in case, but I do think it was a surprise to her to have been chosen.
Yes.
Because she wasn't super well known as an author.
Right.
I think she was a reporter for a newspaper or a magazine.
Wrote a couple good college papers. Yes.
Yeah. So I think it was overall a surprise to her.
To everyone. from what I remember.
Learning why what
they're
she
like,
was
why
doing
are
here. She
why
was
her?
Embracing the opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where some of that confidence came in as she was learning the story.
It was so good.
I really, really did enjoy it. So, I think maybe what was either a favorite character or a favorite marriage? Like, what stood out to you from...
Well, I feel like, okay, well, we already put a spoiler alert warning. So I would say, and probably yours, favorite marriage, marriage number 5, I believe, was to her gay producer, became a very good friend of hers. This relationship with him really blossoms into something else, in another kind of direction the story takes and her life takes. But you'll see in reading or listening to this that you won't like a lot of the 7 husbands, because she had them in her life sort of out of necessity. Right?
Many of them, yes.
Right. So
again, a woman in Hollywood trying to make it.
So it's hard. It's
resources.
hard for you to like any of them.
Yeah. And I don't know if any of them, but there were some who were deep down good.
Yeah.
They also were benefiting from this marriage.
Right.
Oftentimes getting more publicity. She was known in her younger years as just being absolutely gorgeous.
She was a bombshell.
Yeah. So they were definitely benefiting from getting the publicity, from being next to her often.
Yeah.
I think another thing that we haven't really talked about too much is this story that she's telling through this reporter is kind of a little bit of a surprise, because she was, even though she was in the public eye as an actress, she tried to be as private as she possibly could be.
Yeah.
She didn't really let people know too much about her. There were lots of rumors, obviously,
right.
as there always are, people making assumptions. But I think she didn't really let herself be known. And I think it kind of speaks to, like, oftentimes you don't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
You see what is in newspapers and articles
right.
and what's being even posted online nowadays. Yeah. But that isn't the full story. They are actual people living full lives behind the scenes. And this was her trying to maintain her, like, her own private self for herself and for those that she really cherished. In some of the things that I reviewed, just in recapping, bringing my mind back up to speed on this, they often talked about she just preferred to live a more private life and really keep things to herself. And that's just...
Well, it's funny that you bring that up, because even the title of the book, I mean, if you don't know what it's about, you're like, oh my God, 7 husbands? Yeah. Like, what is wrong with this?
Judging.
Yeah. Right? And you are for probably half the book.
Yeah.
I mean...
Why she keeps...
Yeah. And you don't really, like, you understand the decisions she makes, but you don't really buy into her life and approve of those decisions until you get a little deeper into the book, and you're like,
a couple of twists
come up. Okay.
She was just trying to live her own full life behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about, she did have a daughter from one of the marriages.
Yes.
Again, probably not from one of the better marriages, but if I remember correctly, this was a decision that she made. Now I'll have to go back and read the recap, and I can't remember now if this was a decision or an accidental pregnancy.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, she had this child, embraced her.
Yeah.
Didn't raise her through that marriage.
Right.
But did find a partner
who would raise her.
Yeah. And this spoke a lot to kind of the chosen family. I think we aren't always meant for the family that we're born into. And in her case, that was very true. Her again, upbringing was very traumatic, and I think she eventually found the family she was meant to have through one of these marriages, and through her friendship with Cecilia, who we haven't really talked about, but that was one of her
close
best
friends,
who she became very close to throughout her life, and also was a partner with through a couple of other marriages. Yeah. So overall, definitely a book that I would recommend.
Yes.
Also a pour that I would recommend.
Yes. This Penelope, I know we're kind of jumping all over the place. We'll get our lives together eventually, but
will we?
No, we won't.
It's funner
but
this way.
Come along for the ride. I don't know that I've had a Penelope I didn't like.
Same.
Right?
Yes.
They're just all very different in such enjoyable ways.
Yeah. Complex flavor profile. Yeah. I've never tasted one and another that were super similar.
Yeah.
Even. I mean, there's just slight complex differences between them. You mentioned that this one you felt like it drank kind of hotter than 93.
It feels a teensy warmer.
Are you wimping out? What is happening?
Usually I'm spot on.
Well,
I'm just saying.
The Penelopes are going to throw you for a loop.
This also, as we often say, is the first drink of the night. And those tend to hit a little harder than the fourth drink.
Yeah. Again, I'm still getting a lot of orange.
Mm-hmm.
Some spice.
Does it even say on here like what the notes are? I feel like, okay, future book club, we should, talk about
I might have some notes.
What some of the notes are.
So I will bring them next time.
Okay. But this weeded Penelope is, and it's 95. It's not 93.
Thank you.
You do need your glasses.
One of us here will get it together.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but to be fair, that's a scrunchy little 5.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, you're okay.
Font,
You're okay. It's the font. It's not.
It might
it's
also
not you.
be the lighting a little bit.
A tad.
Yeah. So,
would we recommend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely this. Really, any Penelope. We will tell you if we don't like one.
Fantastic. And I will say, personal point of view, I loved Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Yeah, and I know we gave a little bit of a spoiler alert,
but there's more.
There's more. Still more twist in there that we left out at the end.
Yeah, that's the part.
I did not expect.
I also not, honestly. And I think that is the one time in the book some tears were shed.
Yeah,
I was like, oh damn, that hit hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so with all of that said, definitely check out that book.
Have a nice pour of Penelope.
Dive right in.
Yeah.
And we will see you for next book club next week for the next book.
Cheers.
Bye.